Hello and welcome to our home here in Brittany in northwest France. My name is Jane, my husband Michael is behind the camera. We're early retirees, debt and mortgage free, and we live a really thrifty and frugal life here in France. And every Friday we share our frugal food with you. Now this week is all about my pantry challenge and my no spend challenge and my low spend challenge. You know how it is in January. It's a good time of year to sort of press that frugal reset button, and that is what we do. So if you like videos about frugal living, if you like videos about money saving, budget cooking, batch cooking, any of those things, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I know over half of you watching come back time and time again, but you're not subscribers, so go on, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. So let's take a look at what's going to be created in this thrifty kitchen this week. This week is all about batch cooking. It's all about taking what I've got in the pantry and cooking that before I go shopping. Now, today for me is Monday, so I'm going to be trying to get as much cooked and done and into the fridge and into the freezer for the rest of the week. And that's what you're going to see me do today. So take a look at this bunch of ragtag ingredients here. Let's take a look. Let's start over here, please, Mike. I have sausages. I'm going to do some batch cooking of sausage pasta bake. I've got lentils and pasta I need to use up. I always keep tons of these cheapy sauces. It's just tomatoes and vegetables, but it's just as cheap for me to buy them as make them. So I've got lentils to use up, I've got rice to use up, I've got tinned vegetables to use up, smoked sausages to use up. Now this is something interesting over here. I've got a little pastry I've got in the freezer to use up as well. And I'm going to make some apple pies. I think somewhere you can come really unstuck on your food budget is not having anything nice in the fridge or cupboard to eat. And the same way we come back here, so good old brown bananas and a couple of chocolates. Easy to turn into some chocolate and banana muffins. And also, if you're trying to use things up, make sure you put the fruit that you want to be used up right in front of people where they can see it. I've got some cheese out of the freezer that I need to use up. And I've reminded myself I've got some vegetable spreads in the fridge that need using up. So I'm going to make some cakes this week as well. So there it is. It looks like an odd bunch of ingredients, but sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do with what you've got. So take a look at what I do with these ingredients. So right now I'm in the middle of making a lentil shepherd's pie. So that's lentils, onions, celery and carrots, and they've been sauteed in a little olive oil. I've added a couple of vegetable stock cubes. I will add water and I will use my stock pot, my instant pot, I beg your pardon. I will put that on to pressure cook for about 10 minutes and the base of that is done. I already had mashed potatoes with leeks in it in my fridge. You will see that if you watched our Sunday video. And that's the basis of my lentil cottage pies, and I'll have those ready to go in the fridge in about 15 minutes. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. I'm at with my batch cooking so far. In my Instant Pot, I still have cooking the lentils and vegetables for the Lentil Shepherd's Pie. Let's pan round slowly here. I have 2 pans here. In my big frying pan, my big saute pan really, I had chopped up the sausages, I chopped up the onions and I sauteed them, and it's all cooked. In a big pot, I cooked up a big batch of pasta. Don't overcook it. If you're going to cook it again, I would say just almost undercook your pasta. Because I'm using up what I've got, and you can see I have, let's put it under the camera, I have jars of pasta sauce. A tin of tomatoes and a jar of this is 20 cents difference. That's it. So it's just as cheap for me to buy this. I'm going to add this to 1 jar each to each pasta mix. We're going to have some for lunch, and we're going to put some in the dishes ready for the oven. We'll sprinkle grated cheese on top, and that's it. That's 1 batch cooked meal ready to go. It can go in the freezer to quickly reheat later, and 1 will go in the fridge for a meal either tonight or tomorrow. So that's 1 almost done, and I'm going to go back slowly, and it says here 1 minute. That one's almost done as well. So that's kind of almost ready there. In 15 minutes, pasta bake and the Lentil Shepherd's Pie. Nice, quick and easy. Here is the third thing I've batch cooked today. This is smoked sausage, which I sauteed with some chopped onion and sliced carrots. The recipe said red bell peppers, but I didn't have any. I then added 1 large mug full of rice and 2 mugfuls of vegetable stock, and 1 tin of red kidney beans. I didn't have any pinto beans. I added some smoky barbecue flavouring because I didn't have the right flavouring. So I've just made this up as I've gone along really. And so here we are, here is my rice and beans. It cooks in 6 minutes in the Instant Pot. And people think to yourself, well, are you going to freeze this? And yes, I am, and then just reheat it. The thing with rice, you can of course freeze it, reheat it through thoroughly. I understand some people do not like to reheat rice, that's up to them, but we're cooking for us and we are quite okay with it. So this is a huge portion of rice and beans with smoked sausage, and I'm going to portion that up, and that's going to go into our freezer. I would show you this. What does a batch cooking day look like? I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like chaos. Dishwasher's going, the sink's full of dishes. I'm looking at recipes on the iPad. Something's cooling, something's cooking. I've got dishes on the table cooling to go into the freezer. I've got the apple pie being made. Oh, makes me feel exhausted looking at it. But it's one of those things that I just like to do once in a while. Literally push myself for a few hours, get it done, get a load of batch cooking done, and it really is a good feeling to have lots of meals in the freezer, because I do tell you this on a very regular basis. I'm only human, and there are some days I just don't want to cook. I'm going to get on with this apple pie. run through what I've cooked so far today. We start over here. Rice and beans. Yes, you can freeze rice and beans. The lids will go on those. They're all out at the moment because they're all cooling. In here I have some lentil shepherd's pie filling. In here for our supper today, just to reheat, there's some pasta and sausage and tomato sauce. Then I have 2 sausage pasta bakes. These little pots here fit into these Ziploc bags, and then I pop it straight in the freezer. You can see these are just ready to go into the oven to heat through. So these are lentil shepherd's pies. Then over here, these are the chocolate and banana muffins. I think it's really, really important if you're doing a pantry challenge that you remember every now and then you just want a snack and a cup of tea. So that's chocolate and banana muffins. And for this week, in case anybody wants something with a cup of tea, I've made an apple pie. The pastry I had in the freezer, and I made plenty of pastry, but this is a sweet pastry that I made for mince pies, but it didn't get used. So that's what I have batch cooked today. Take a look at the freezer. I've got some vegetarian cottage or shepherd's pie filling. I've got servings of chilli. I've got chocolate and banana muffins. In the bottom here I have pasta bake. You can see how I store everything. I can't remember how it went back now.
We'll have to take the muffins out though.
I'll tell you what, Mike. You do me a favour, love, and you eat them today. That'll help. Okay. So there it is. Let's have a got another drawer here. Oh, we've got more. So in the back of the freezer, oh, got my cheapy bargains. I've got rice and beans right in here, and another pasta bake. So lots of meals ready for the week here. You can see, even though, if you step back, Mike, and show people, we only have, that's it, that's our freezer, but still, with a bit of persuasion, we can easily get quite a few meals in there, cooked and ready, and they're under there as well, so you can see I fit quite a few in. And anyone worried about the plastic bags or the containers, they get used over and over. So there it is, all tucked away in the freezer. So there was some batch cooking for you, and it was all from our pantry, it was all from the freezer, it was all from stuff we already had. So it just makes my life easier, and it does save us money. I'm often cooking something and think, oh, I can make this for today and tomorrow, and I'm always a bit over generous with my portions, and I sometimes get another day's meals for the 2 of us out of it, and I pop them in the freezer as well. And as I kept saying to you throughout the video, that I'm only human, and I have days when I can promise you, if there was a drive-through, which there isn't, or if there was a takeaway, which there isn't, I could easily go to it. I promise you, I'm only human. I have days where I just don't want to cook, and that saves me time and money. So I really hope that you enjoyed that little batch cooking video today, a bit different for Frugal Food on Friday. If you like the video, please give it a like. It's really, really important. It helps the algorithm and it makes sure they all get out there. We often have thousands of views. Let's get thousands of likes if you would please. It costs you nothing, so go on, hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, and I know half of you watching are not subscribers, go on, hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Now, we love your comments and we read and reply to every single one. Do you batch cook? Do you to save time? Does it save you money? What do you batch cook? It just leaves me to say on behalf of Mike and I, thank you to everybody who watches, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye for now.